All right, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. 5 by 5 already, and I didn't even say anything. Very good. Anyway, not sure why my screen looks dark today. Besides the fact that I'm black, this is it's darker than normal. Whatever. Hopefully, you guys can bear with it. All right, Big John, Disgruntled. Thank you for the 5 by 5. Loretta, though, whatever. Thank you for the 5 by 5. Krista Sojourner, Joe F, Ozark Prepper. Thank you for the 5 by 5. Adam, Flowngrown, Keeble. Thank you for the 5 by 5. Carbon Q, thank you for joining us. Catgirl, Brian, Janine, Dobie, Groundhog, Water Tiger, Hot Rod. Thank you for the 5 by 5. Mr. Landfill, Big Chase, Prep to Adapt. Thank you for the 5 by 5 and the donation. I appreciate it. Evolving Media, thank you for the 5 by 5. Gene, thank you for the 5 by 5. Joanne, right? Joan, sorry, thank you for the 5 by 5. Shannon, Disgruntled, Babotter, Patty, Cowboy, and Divine, 67, thank you for the 5 by 5. All right. So hopefully that's enough of that. Sorry about the Friday night live stream. I know that normally it's Thursday, but I worked last night, so you look tan. I do look tan. The crazy shit is, it's got to be the setting on this, because I look way too, it looks darker than normal. And I think this updated, and I failed to fuck around with it. Whatever, it's not a big deal. But yeah, I'm not that, I haven't been in the sun, right? I mean, I've been at work, but I haven't been in the sun, so I don't know. It's irrelevant. You guys can still see me, and you can hear me loud and clear, so it's fine. Yes, Johnny 308. So, what we're talking about tonight has to do with the Social Security hack, which it didn't dawn on me. I mean, it dawned on me something's up, right? I mean, you have the global health emergency given by the World Health Organization, right? So they mentioned that there's going to be a global health emergency. Not that they mention it, but they are enacting a global health emergency. With that, a day later or two, all of a sudden, now we have a Social Security hack. Now, the one thing about the Social Security hack, which I find not weird, but interesting, is that they must have hacked all Social Security numbers from, I guess, the beginning of Social Security numbers, right? So whenever Social Security started, which I forgot, I think it was after the Great Depression, if I'm not mistaken, after Social Security started till now, because it said billions of numbers were stolen. They didn't mention any other countries, and there are a few countries that do have Social Security numbers or Social Security style system with numbers like that. I think one of them is called My Number or something like that. I think it's Japan or Australia. One of them has like a weird name for it. But nonetheless, it said billions. So I had to read the article, at least that statement, a couple times. I'm like, billions? I was like, there's only 300 plus million Americans, right? So, 1933, 1935, right after the Great Depression, and there was a reason why there was like another reason why they set it up. I remember reading about it a long time ago. But anyway, with that, guys, this is one hell of a coincidence. Now it could be just that, but it could be something more sinister, being that now all of a sudden all of these numbers are hacked, and they said possibly leak. When the media tells you it was a possible leak, if the government tells you it was a possible leak, it was undoubtedly a leak. So, one of the things that I'm going to say now versus later is that I read somewhere that you have to call the credit companies, the credit bureaus, the people that search your shit. All of them, what is it? Equity, X-Unit, I can't think of all three of them. But the three major credit score systems, they call all three of them and put a hold on your Social Security number. Or freeze it, rather. Sorry, freeze it. But I think there is a problem with freezing it if you want to get loans and things like that. If it's frozen, they won't be able to give you that loan, from my understanding. That's the downside. So hopefully you don't need a loan anytime soon. You can freeze your Social Security number so no one can use it. Now, the fact that they got billions of numbers means that I think they're going to be smart enough to use the earlier numbers that were used and reuse those again to some capacity. I don't know. maybe the World Health Organization is going to use those Social Security numbers to give it to migrants around the world. I don't know. Not around the world, but here in the United States, that could be a possibility. Catgirl66 says, Catgirl66 says, you can do it online. Okay, so you don't have to call them up. Right, Equifax, Experian, and is it something? Yeah, I forgot the third one. But it's Equifax, Transperian. It's Experian, Equity, and there's the other one begins with a T. But I don't know which one that's called. RS, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. So, of course, guys, the timing can't be any weirder than all of the things going on. And here's the more alarming fact that this was allowed to happen. Social Security numbers are one of the most easier numbers to steal, where they can hack, guys, your entire life using your social. TransUnion, that's what it was. TransUnion. And they can steal your entire life with that. Now, with AI, guys, and fake AI voices and fake AI video, right? They have that now. People can use your Social Security number and use AI behind it. That is an entirely different ball game. And it's a dangerous ball game because they can create an entire person with a Social Security number, a fake ID, face, telephone voice, the whole 9 yards. The fact that they stole billions of numbers is very, very bad. It's easy to lock out your credit. Do it online. I also identity guard, and they monitor your credit. So you're going to have to do all of that. Yes, medical records are also tied into Social Security numbers. Your cell phone's also tied into your security numbers, believe it or not. There's a lot that goes along with Social Security numbers. So, of course, guys, the company who stole it got hacked. So it was a double hack, a double theft. Hold on. Sorry, I have to answer this. But I have something I'm going to show you guys in a video. I don't know how to explain it, how to address it, but if my brother can't answer this question, then we have, not that we have, that it could definitely be something interesting going on. At home, that is. Anyway, double decker all the way. So, guys, right, and everything, loans, the whole 9 yard, guys. So they could open up a ton of loans with your social fucking shit. I gotta get my water in a couple minutes. They could open up more loans using your Social Security number. They could open up utility bills, phone bills, anything that needs a Social Security, they can do. That's the dangerous part. Who's going to open up these loans? Could it be the Chinese? I think it is. I think they know who it is, and they're not saying anything. Somebody, a couple people said it's our own government. I doubt it very much. I think it's something way more sinister than that. Or it could be somebody stealing these numbers to assign them to the illegal migrants here in the United States. Nonetheless, it's a problem. Because the government already has our Social Security numbers. They don't have to steal it from another company. It makes no sense. They already have it. They can hand it out to who they want without anyone knowing. This was stolen, and it was a deliberate hack, and they wanted everybody to know that they hacked. So that is in itself going to be a problem. We have to wait and see. But linking it to the World Health Organization, if it is linked to them, again, that's another problem. Prep Revelator, his theory is that they hacked it, stole the Social Security numbers. They're going to wreak havoc with our Social Security number. I think they're going to wreak havoc. He didn't say that part, but I think they're going to wreak havoc with our Social Security number. And then the mark of the beast is going to be established. And a lot of you know what that mark of the beast is. Now, it's not going to be what we've read about the barcodes on the back of the neck or your forehead or whatever. It's going to be a little different than that. Nonetheless, it's going to be something that's going to be widely tracked, whether it's worldwide or nationally. They're definitely going to do something with it. And the World Health Organization is already seizing control of Africa with their global emergency that they have going on. And if I'm not mistaken, the entire continent of Africa did a countrywide national emergency, or countrywide emergency, however they put it. And it's the African CDC that did this. So, being that now that it looks like Africa gave up their power medically, they gave up way more than that, and I think more than they care to admit. And that, again, that's medically as a continent, though each country, it's its own, just that country. But the 7 countries or 11 countries involved in this global emergency, I think they all gave up their power. So not the entire continent of Africa, sorry. The 11 countries, or the 7 or 11 countries, I forgot what it was, involved, gave up their power. Yeah, so, and again, people are like, well, I don't have anything. It's not about you having anything. That's even worse. If you have nothing to back it up, they steal your ID, they steal your Social Security, and they start this nonsense, things can get well out of control. But, yeah. Africa CDC. Listen, I also think there's a side of me that also thinks, guys, that this is a test run, because every test run, it seems like, ever done, or every arm ticket ever created, was always tested on Africans. Just about always. Not 100% of the times, but I'm going to go up in the 90s and say that 90% of the time and over, a lot of this shit is tested in Africa. Look what Bill Gates did to that African village, right? And this came from a lady who lived there, who was like, and now Bill Gates is not allowed in a lot of countries in Africa. So, of course, this is, again, this is just one of those red flaggy things that we have to watch. Am I going to, like, flip out and get nervous about it? No, because everything that's happening, guys, everything that's going on, unfortunately, and I hate to say it this way, has been written. Whether that's the Bible or the Behold the Pale White Horse or the Pale White Horse, it's been written. It's been foreseen. So, nonetheless, something is headed our way. But we just have to fucking stay on the up and up as to what's going on. And to head this off, like I said, the 3 credit unions, call them up and put you can also do it online, apparently. People said you could do it online. Try to freeze your Social Security number on those 3 sites and see what they say and see what happens. The problem is, not everybody's going to do that, and they know this. And because they know that, they're definitely going to get away with a few 100 million Social Security numbers. So, yeah. We're here to help. Yep. Right, I could be AI. I mean, it'd be hard to do me as AI, but yeah. But if I'll probably do a short video on how to lock your Social Security number or your credit scores using your Social Security number, because they're going to use that for something. There's no way you steal all of those Social Security numbers and then just sit on it. Unless you do it for bragging rights, which is what a lot of hackers do wind up doing. They do hack shit just to brag about it. That could be the case. But being that everything that's going on and everything we're watching unfold, I highly doubt it. So, yeah. I mean, a hacker would be like, yo, I hacked into this company and got all of the Social Security numbers. Because they're like, your number might have been stolen. Get the fuck out of here. Billions of number, your number was stolen. Without a doubt. So I live above a highway, for those of you that don't know, all the noise you hear in the background. And it seems like anytime these morons go underneath the building, they have to rev up their motorcycle or the pipes, and it's just so annoying. It really is. Blue Steel, thank you for the donation. Somebody else hit me with a donation earlier. RS, thank you for the donation. And there was whoever else gave it to me, thank you. But thank you for the donation, guys. I appreciate it as always. In these hard economic times, you don't have to, but I do appreciate it. Restore justice. That's the problem with the whole mark of the beast thing, right? They want you to do everything through them. The World Economic Forum is making sure you do everything through them. And that's what it comes down to. Total and utter control. Right? Oh, all of these Social Security numbers are stolen. We can protect you by allowing you to join our program, whatever the fuck they're going to call it, and this will protect you, and you'll have a designated chip in your body somewhere, preferably your hand, and it'll be assigned to just you, and nobody will be able to fabricate it or mimic it. That's how they're going to sell it to you. Little does everybody know that anything electronic, anything with a digital signal or trail, they can hack. It can be hacked. There is no such thing as the unhackable. You give hackers enough time, they will hack it. Period. It is a simple fact that people seem to forget, or maybe they just don't care or ignore. Anything electronic with a digital signal can be hacked. So they're going to sit there and promise you that it's not. We promise you that your signal, your accounts will be safe if you do it this way. We promise you that your Social Security number, and you won't get a Social Security number once you get this digital chip, whatever it is. You're going to get an entirely new number. And it won't be called the Social Security, or maybe they'll call it Social Security, I don't know. But you're going to get an entirely new number. And that's what you're going to be, a number. A number that's followed, a number that supposedly can't be hacked, a number that's going to be restricted to do certain things depending on where you are in that social scale, right? So the social economics of everything is going to be relying on you walking around with a chip in your hand. Another friend, how much I missed? Not a lot. Landlines can't be hacked unless you have a digital landline system. Interestingly enough, they do have them. And a lot of phone companies switched over to digital systems. They can be hacked. Anything and everything, guys, can be hacked. If you watched Mission Impossible long enough, you know that you can be you can be copied as well. Go fucking figure. I'll be right back. But anyway, yeah, Johnny Thurl, right? Exactly. Landlines can be hacked. Stop paying into the system. That's easier said than done. Easier said than done. But yeah. Elite Chief, yes, just like China. I think we're going to be a softer version for China, or of China, for a little bit. I don't think they are ready to go full retard, because you can't. Not in this country. We need to buy Jason a new chair. Yo, the chair is fine. I know I just exposed the chair. People are like, what the fuck is going on with that chair? Yo, it's falling apart, man. But it's fine. I mean, like, physically, not physically, but aesthetically, it's falling apart, but physically, it's fine. So I could pass out in this chair, just like right now, I could pass out. That's how comfortable the chair is. Help the chair get Monkeypox Clinic donation. I heard QR code tattoos. QR code tattoos would be interesting. You couldn't have a tattoo artist do that. You actually need to have machine do it. And I've seen it in movies, and they talked about having it, but it's hard to do. It's sort of like burned into your skin. They were talking about it. I forgot where I was looking at, one of those futures of technology, and it was like laser tattoos, but it's sort of like burning it in your skin versus having ink in your skin, right? And it's all one color, black, right? So there's no color with it. You can't have fun with it, you know? But, yeah, I heard about that. I don't know how true that is. Which I did find interesting, guys, before we get into I did find interesting. Did you guys hear about this prison that they want to build, where you are in prison for no shit I think less than 8 or 12 hours. So what they do is, this is some total recall shit. What they do is they flood your memory with being locked up in prison. Now, I don't think you do life in prison, but if you do 20 years, 30 years, they flood your brain with 20 to 30 years of being in prison so that you feel like you were in prison, but you weren't. I don't see the point of that. I think it's stupid because messing with a person's brain on that scale, shoving 20 to 30 years of memory that you were in prison, what are they going to add memories of you getting raped by fucking Jazeel, right? Jamal fucking breathing down your neck and smack you in the back of the head with his dick? How are they going to fucking do that? But anyway, I thought that was interesting. I was like, and they implant this memory into you. Again, like Total Recall. And they were like, that's going to be the way of the future. No, it isn't. You know how many, listen, I'd rather not. I'd rather not. You're not shoving any fucking thing in, because the problem is that this is a theory right now that they are working on. And guys, when they mean they're working on it, that means they undoubtedly have test subjects as we speak. And they're trying to see if they can cram a day or two up to a week of memory into them that never happened. So when they say they're working on it, that means they got test subjects as we speak. And that is not a good thing. You do not want memory being imprinted on your brain because it can undoubtedly cause a psychological breakdown. And I'd rather do real time in jail than get memory implanted in my head. Sorry. Now, that was the option. Thank you. Yeah, Black Mirror shit. But that was the option. Do the prison time or get the memory imprinted on your brain. And I was like, I'll do the prison time. I'll do the 20 years. I'd rather do 20 years and come out 80 years old and still have my faculties than get it imprinted, been in the facility or clinic for 8 to 12 hours, because it takes time to load in your brain. It's almost like uploading software to the brain and getting out, and then 10 years down the line, I start flipping out. No, thank you. You start blacking out. It could probably speed up dementia or Alzheimer's at that pace. It's just craziness. I never heard. Running is the option. Yeah, I'm not doing that. They're like, we could imprint this into your brain, or no, there's no or. Just put me in jail. I don't want to hear or another. Just put me to fucking jail. I'll be fine. There's no way. But I couldn't believe I had to watch that video like 2-3 times to understand what I was watching and to see who and where they're going to push this idea. Anyway, with that, guys, everything that's going on, and tonight in the Angry Trick channel, we're going to talk about Trump and how they're doing everything in their power to get rid of this man. This man has officially lost the election. There's no way he's recovering. Like I said, guys, he is tanking his own election. That being said, J.D. Vance's plane today had a sudden malfunction. So you mean to tell me Trump's plane malfunctioned earlier this week, and now J.D. Vance's plane had to make an emergency landing? Something is up, and I think Trump is going to play. He's going to be careful with this election, and he's not going to be fast and loose like he was before. Again, the other thing about him being fast and loose or not being fast and loose is that he probably can't because he's older too. He's not as young as he was when he first started running. Jesse Ventura, prime example of MK Ultra. The Angry Inmate channel. Excuse me. I've been up 20 hours. By the end of the night, it'll be 22 hours, 21 hours, excuse me. So, yeah, 22 hours rather, sorry. But anyway, such is life. There's just too many oddities with these coincidences. These are not coincidences at all, guys. Not at all. And his campaign, Trump's campaign, was hacked as well. Again, they're trying to erase this man. We're going to talk about that later tonight on the Angry Truth channel. Now, this is the first article. This article is fairly long. I don't think I'm going to read the whole thing. Probably not. Maybe I will. I don't fucking know. We'll see. But anyway, first article is hackers may have stolen your social security number in a massive breach. Here's what we know. A new lawsuit is claiming hackers have gained access to the personal information of billions of individuals, including their social security numbers, current and past address, and the names of siblings and parents, personal data that could allow fraudsters to infiltrate the financial accounts or take out loans in their name. This is why, again, you freeze your account. But when you freeze your account, if you need a loan, you won't be able to do it. So I would suggest taking a loan out now and then freezing your account as soon after the loan was taken out, if you can do that. I'm not a financial expert, so please don't listen to me. The allegations arose in a lawsuit filed earlier this month by Christopher Hoffman, a California resident who claimed his identity theft protection service alerted him that his personal information had been leaked to the dark web by the National Public Data.com breach. The lawsuit was earlier reported by Bloomberg Law. The breach allegedly occurred around April of this year with a hacker group called USDOD exfiltrating the unencrypted personal information of billions of individuals from a company called National Public Data, a background check company, according to the lawsuit. Early this month, a hacker leaked a version of the stolen NPD data for free on a hacking forum site, Bleeping Computers. That's the name of the hacking forum site. Anyway, that hackers claim the stolen... Hackers claim that stolen files included 2.7 billion records, which each listing a person's full address, full name, address, date of birth, social security numbers, and phone numbers, Bleeping Computers said. While it's unclear how many people that includes, it's likely that everyone with a social security number was impacted, said Cliff Steinhauser, Director of Information Security and Engagement of National Cybersecurity Alliance, a non-for-profit that promotes online safety. It's a reminder of the importance of protecting yourself because clearly companies and governments aren't doing it for us. They allowed this to happen. There's no way that they gave out all of our personal information. There's no way. And it was easily accessible. Like, the one thing you guard is people's personal information, and they wanted it to get out there for that very reason. So this is where the mark of the beast comes in, because they're going to promise you that that's going to be a lot more secure. I doubt it very much. In a statement posted on the website, NPD said the breach involved a third-party bad actor that was trying to hack into the data breach late in December 2023, with potential leaks of certain data in April 2024 and the summer of 2024 this year. The company added that it is working with law enforcement and government investigators. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. I hate when shit like this happens and they're like, we're working with investigators. It doesn't fucking matter. The information is out. It's on the dark web. It's done. It's toast. What are you going to do? You're gonna prosecute them after the fact? Like, this is one of those things where it doesn't matter. Now, like, obviously, we prosecute a lot of people after the fact when it comes to, like, rapes, killing, things of that nature. That makes sense. But this, it doesn't matter. And you're not going to find a guy if he was good at covering his tracks. Now, what is National Public Data? National Public Data is a data company based in Coral Springs, Florida, that provides background checks for employees, investigators, and other businesses that want to check people's backgrounds. Its searches include criminal records, vital records, social security traces, and more information on its website. There are many similar companies that scrape public records to create files on consumers, while they then sell to other businesses. Fucking course they do. Why wouldn't they? Bronx County, okay, whatever. I thought they were going to tell us that the, virus is here. I was like, come on. Seriously, dude? The monkeypox thing is going to get a lot more interesting here in New York City, by the way. I'm going to be the first to say it. It's going to get a whole hell of a lot interesting in the next couple of weeks. I can all but guarantee shit's going to it's pandemonium is going to break out. It's going to break out amongst the gay community. And I'm going to sit here and just mind my business. And not even laugh at them because it's new. Because we're going to talk about a little bit this new variant that's out, if you will. This new version of the Mpox that's out is supposedly really bad. All right. Data breach. Okay, there are data brokers that collect and sell data about people, sometimes for background check purposes. It's because there's no national privacy law in the United States. There is no law against them collecting this data against our consent. Interesting. No national privacy laws. You would think that all of these politicians that are for us would have a national privacy law in place. But they don't. Because they wanted this to happen. Anyway. How many people were impacted? The number of people impacted by this breach is unclear. Although the lawsuit claims billions of individuals had their data stolen, the total population of the United States stands at around 330 million people. The lawsuit also alleges that the data includes personal information of deceased individuals. There goes the billions. Bleeping Computers report that the hacked data involves 2.7 billion records, with individuals having multiple records in the database. In other words, one individual could have separate records for each address that they lived at, which means a number of impacted people may be far lower than the lawsuit claims. Bullshit. They're trying to fucking quell that fire, but it's too late. That cat's out of the bag. The data may reach back to at least 3 decades, according to the law firm Schubert, and Schubert. Probably some Jew law firm. Anyway. So there it is, guys. Your shit's out in the open. Alright, so pretty much everybody in the United States had their shit hacked. What should I do to protect my information? Security experts recommend that consumers put a freeze on their credit file at the 3 big credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Freezing your credit is free and will stop bad actors from taking out loans and opening credit cards in your home or even buying a home, because they have done that. The biggest thing is to freeze your credit report so that it can't be used to open new accounts in your name and commit other frauds in your name. Steinhauser recommends consumers take several additional steps to protect their data and their finances. Listen up, dickheads, because I'm about to read. This is the most important part of the live stream. Make sure your passwords are at least 16 characters in length. There is a way of doing that. It is 4 letters, 4 numbers, 4 letters, 4 numbers, 4 letters, 4 numbers. That should equal 16, if I'm not mistaken. That is 16, right? So there goes to 16 characters. And they are complex, right? So 4-letter word like life, and then don't go 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, yeah, don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Just pick words like that that are easy to remember, but they're harder to crack. And they said characters, so it doesn't have to be letters and numbers. It could also be, symbols. You do that as well. Just remember what the symbols are. Use a password manager. Use a password manager to save those long, complex passwords, or just write it down. Don't use the password managers on your phone like they have today, because your phone get hacked and you have access to it. Write it down on paper. Go old school. Keep a notepad, guys, by your computer. Write down whatever it is, and these are not codes, by the way, so don't worry about it. Write down whatever it is. Take the piece of paper, put it in an envelope, and put it next to your desk in a drawer. Done. Right? If you have 18,000 different accounts, make sure you write 18,000 different passwords. Don't write the same password for the 18,000 accounts. Anyway, enable multi-factor authentication, which Steinhauser calls critical, because simply using a single password to access your account isn't enough to protect yourself against hackers. So the multi-factor authentication is also like having them text your phone number, and then you text your phone number, and then you write the code in on the website or whatever you're using to access your passwords. It'll take you a half hour to get into whatever website you're going to use, or Spumoni 123, you know. But yeah, always have a different password for different accounts. I unfortunately don't do that because I'm fucking stupid. But anyway, be on the alert for phishing and other scams. They are picking up phishing scams and other scams via text messages, so do yourself a favor and beware of that. One red flag is that the scammer will try to create a sense of urgency to manipulate their victim. I have seen this in the photography world, believe it or not. People like, I need a photographer today. All right, what do you need? I need you to take pictures at a birthday party. It's always a birthday party. All right, how much you charge? And then this is when I know it's a scam. $500 an hour. Okay, great. Then I know it's a scam. I already know it's a scam just by the way they're going about it. So sometimes I play along and other times I don't. A lot of the times I don't because I'm too tired to deal with the bullshit, but sometimes I'll play along. And then they were like, well, just send me your information and I'll get your check out. I'm like, no, I don't do checks. I only do X, Y, and Z. Well, we don't do that. We're old school. Then find somebody else to do it. Well, you could take a picture of the check and then take a picture of that and put it into your bank account. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. What do I look new, you fucking moron? I mean, me and this guy went back and forth. He's like, you're an unprofessional photographer. I'll be like, listen, I'll be an unprofessional photographer that's not going to get scammed by the likes of your ass. I said, you're amateur at best. I already figured you out the first sentence. He was like, fuck you. This is why people... I'm like, whatever, man. I said, now you're arguing with me because I found out you're scam. I couldn't believe I was getting into an argument with a scammer. That was the most... That was like the more bizarro shit about the whole situation. I'm arguing with this dude. I'm like, am I arguing with this guy? I'm arguing with a scammer. He got mad, and it wasn't Mobutu. Mobutu wouldn't scam me like that. But he got mad because I figured his shit out. I'm just like, man, he was actually like, I mean, he was yelling at me via text. We weren't on the phone or anything, but he was like yelling at me via text. I'm pretty sure he was calling me nigger through the text, but whatever. We were just going back and forth. And I'm like, yo, you're an amateur. Try something better. Come back later. I'll entertain your stupidity when you come up with a better scam, but whatever. All right. Keep your security software up to date on your computer and other devices. For instance, make sure you download the latest security updates on Microsoft or Apple onto your app device, your apps or your device. You can also get tracking services that will alert you if your data appears on the dark web. That does cost money. Nonetheless, I think it's worth it. Because with all these migrants coming in, all of a sudden the Social Security numbers are stolen. And now we got an election right around the corner. Tell me that they're not going to come up with IDs for these guys so that they can vote. Just saying. Chester Copperpot, he's going to fucking turn around and start voting in this year's election. For those of you that know who Chester Copperpot is. His Social Security number is going to pop up and he's going to be voting in Arizona or Texas somewhere. Or maybe here in New York City. Or Mobutu is going to find his way to America. All of a sudden he's going to vote. Because he's got a Social Security number and he's got an ID, an account, and the whole 9 yards. You're right. Maybe the government or the administration stole this. I didn't think about it just till I started talking about it. Maybe these numbers are going to be assigned to these migrants. Who knows? Anything is possible, guys. You should assume you have been compromised and act accordingly. That means tomorrow morning, call these 3 agencies up and get a freeze on your account right away. Exactly, Goonies. I somehow always make movie references on my Angryprepper channel when I should be doing that on the movie channel. Whatever. Gonna look for dead people's Social Security numbers soon. Yeah, they definitely are. But anyway, trying to read the chat. Other countries have... Alright. So, other countries also have Social Security number problems, but I find it interesting that it was just us that was hacked and no one else. So again, all of the numbers, guys, that were since the dawn of Social Security numbers created till now are all compromised. Every last one. If you have a newborn baby and the motherfucker's like, a month old, his shit was already stolen as well. Little Pablo is running around with a fake Social Security number. And they can steal Social Security numbers and open up multiple accounts all at once. So there's something called a comment farm. I know a lot of you guys might not know what that is, but a comment farm is a guy or people that sit in a row and they're making comments on all of the social media websites across the board pretty much at the same time. I got into a conversation with somebody and I heard him and the way he was talking. I'm like, oh, you're from a comment farm. I said, you're not even a real person. And the guy's like, he's like, why would you say that? I'm like, because what you're saying is so beyond stupid. You're one of those guys that are creating a division in America. All right, whatever. So with that being said, the guy just stopped responding to me. So maybe he was too pissed or maybe I called it out. But now, with a Social Security out in the open, these people who sit on their computers have something like 5 to 8 screens open at any given time. And they're doing multiple shit on these screens. Starting a new credit card, starting a new loan, trying to get a house here, trying to start that, opening up a bank account there, funneling money from your bank account into theirs. Because they can use the same, if they got this data breach online, I can all but guarantee your banking information might be compromised as well. So, lock all your shit up as best as you can, and hopefully the banks will be Johnny on the spot and keep that going. Maria, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for the donation, guys. I appreciate it as always. AI could be doing this, but listen, anything is possible at this point. Anything is possible. There's so much shit going on. Anything is possible. Now, to the meat and potatoes of this shit, a new strain of monkeypox is spreading through Africa, and it's been declared by the World Health Organization a global health emergency. And this happened a day before the greatest hack in the history of mankind, which I think this is going to be right now, is the Social Security, your personal information being stolen. So the World Health Organization declared recent outbreak of a new form of Mpox, previously referred to as monkeypox. It is still called monkeypox. Who they're kidding. In Africa as a global health emergency. Monkeypox is a virus that originated in wild animals, a fucking monkey, like rodents and primates, and occasionally jumps to people because people are banging monkeys. It belongs to the same virus as the smallpox. Scientists identified a more infectious form of Mpox in the Congo, an African country with more than 90% of the Mpox cases, which is only 4,000 cases to be exact. Or a little more than that, sorry. The country reported 4,500 cases of Mpox and nearly 300 deaths. The deaths toll right now are currently standing is up to 585 deaths. All right. And that's since January of this year. So keep in mind, guys, it's for the last 8 months of data. It didn't happen. They didn't get infected 2-3 months ago, and then they got 500. It started back in January, and now we got 585 deaths. This article, I think, is a little old. Now, Sweden has identified its first case of the new strain August 15th. That was yesterday. They have a strain there. They have the new strain found there. African leaders will meet in Zimbabwe for a scheduled summit of the 16-nation Southern African Development Community to discuss the rising issue of monkeypox outbreak across the continent. According to a report from AP News, the illness was first identified by scientists in 1958 when there was 2 outbreaks of a pox-like disease in research monkeys, thus the name monkeypox. The first known human infection was back in 1970 in a young boy in a remote part of Congo. I vote we just wipe Congo off the map. My opinion. In 2022, the Mpox virus outbreak spread across the United States. From 2022 to 2023, Louisiana reported 329 cases of Mpox, according to the data. And this is because certain people, gay men, don't know how to keep their dicks in their pants. I remember when this was going on, I watched a gay guy say on national TV, what are they expecting us to do? Behave ourselves and not have sex? Yes, That is exactly what you're supposed to do during an outbreak. When he said that, I'm like, this is because you allow immature children to run amok, and so now they are so entitled. Their response is, you know what, we're going to do. Their response should have been, we're going to do our best, and we're not going to bang each other. That should have been their response. But no, their response was, well, we're, and I quote, we're very sexual people. What do they expect us to do? Not have sex. That's exactly what he said. And I'm like, if I was gay and monkeypox was going around, and I see what monkeypox looks like, when you look it up, you're like, I don't want to look like that. I don't want my dick to look like that. I don't want my face to look like that. I don't want to look like that. So that would be your better option, not to look like that and control your hormones. But they get away with bullshit because people keep, coddling them. And so when he responded like that, people were like, yeah, I agree. What do you mean you agree? You don't have... I wish, if I was the news reporter, I would have smacked him right in the face with the mic. I'm like, you kidding me, you fucking think? This is why it's spreading around, think? And then guys are going home and banging their wives and spreading it there. And then this is how their wives find out their man is gay. Your woman ends up with monkeypox, your husband or your boyfriend's gay. Just throwing it out there. Now they're saying, this new strain, by the way, this new strain, they're saying that you can catch it on touching surfaces. So obviously, like if somebody with monkeypox is like, I got monkeypox, and starts touching the shit out of everything, then you can also get it as well. This new strain is deadlier because more people are dying from it. The old strain, people weren't dying from it, right? They were just getting really sick, shit around their faces, or hands, or wherever you touched it, right? So, and it stayed to that area, which I'm like, I get it, like if it's on your hands, but if you got monkeypox in your hand, why the fuck would you scratch your balls or your face? Anyway, like I said, ladies, keep a lookout for monkeypox on your vaginal area or your mouth or your face. If you like your balls getting dragged across your face, be careful because it could be your husband fucking, as they call it, the down low. But that's a shitty situation to be in. That is a shitty way to find out somebody is cheating on you. It's even if you're gay or straight, that's a shitty way to find out someone's cheating on you. Fucking getting a disease of some kind. Holy shit. Finding out the person you're in love with is cheating on you by way of monkeypox? Oh. Talk about throwing somebody out of a window. Holy shit. You're taking the express, buddy. To hell. Anyway, the U.S. reported 32,000 Mpox cases between 2022 and 2023. 32,000 gay men. All right, so it wasn't all gay men. There were also women involved because their men were gay. Excuse me. I'm trying to report this correctly and being fair. In 2022, due to complaints about the derogatory nature of the name, the original name, this is 2022, WHO announced that monkeypox would be referred to as Mpox starting in 2023 after a phase-out period. The derogatory name. The derogatory name of monkeypox is derogatory to who? Monkeys or black people? Because I don't take offense to it being called monkeypox. If you call it niggerpox, that's a different story. Look at them niggas over there, nigger pox. That's different. That's an entirely different ballgame. But calling it monkeypox is, how's it derogatory? It's amongst the gay community and Africans. The best way to protect yourself from this is wear not even a condom. Don't have sex and don't scratch your balls if you have monkeypox on your hands. I don't understand this shit. Nonetheless, it's an easy thing, guys, to avoid. Very, very easy. Very easy to avoid. But for some reason, they're not telling you how easy it is to avoid it. This is fucking insanity for me. I really don't understand, man. Like, it's a monkeypox. It offends black people. I'm not offended. Why would I be offended by something? I'm not a monkey. Clearly, that's what they think of us then if they wanted to change the name, right? Monkeypox. But, yeah, anyway. Sorry for that. So, while they phase out here, while there is no reason to believe the outbreak will become a pandemic, according to the AP News, Here is what Louisiana should know about. I don't know why they're focused on Louisiana. The mecca of gay men in two spots is Atlanta, Georgia, and here in New York. Now, Atlanta, Georgia has an insane amount of AIDS running around there. Like, they're dudes all fucked up down there with AIDS and shit fucking. They have that new drug. There's a new drug for HIV patients, and they have commercials of guys with AIDS proud of it. I got HIV, but I'm taking Musectics. I don't know what Musectics is. I made it up. Musectics, and it decreases my viral load so that I go undetected. I'm proud to have HIV and spread it to other gay men. That is, in a nutshell, how they have people who are being proud of their disease now. They're like, don't shun anybody with HIV. Be proud of it. Take Musectics, and you'll have no HIV, and you'll fuck out of here. Anyway, what are the symptoms to Mpox? A painful rash, no shit, fever, headache, muscle aches, back pain, low energy, swollen lymph nodes, and a sore throat. Sounds like a bad night at a fucking bar. Sounds like a hangover minus the rash. For some, first symptoms of Mpox is a rash. The rash begins as a flat sore that develops into a blister, which becomes painful. These rashes can appear on your face, inside of your mouth, on other parts of the body like hands, chest, feet, genitals, and your asshole. It says anus, but I'm gonna, whatever, dude. How do you get it, and how does it spread? Mpox spreads in different ways. No shit. The virus is most often spread through direct contact with a rash and or sore of someone who has it. It can also spread through contact with clothing, bedding, and other items such used by a person with Mpox, and from respiratory droplets spitting in your face that can be passed through the prolonged face-to-face contact, including kissing, cuddling, and sex. Who in the fuck is cuddling in 2024? Anyway, sorry. Fucking cuddling. You want to cuddle after we have sex? No. Get the fuck away from me. Fucking cuddling. Who's cuddling? So that is the gayest shit I've ever heard. Cuddling. Let's have sex and cuddle. Anyway. The virus can also spread through hunting, skinning, and cooking infected animals. People who do not have monkeypox symptoms cannot spread the virus to other people. They say that now. Yeah, airborne is on the way. My boyfriend is. Emily goes, my boyfriend is gay. I'm not even gonna address that. But yeah, that's insanity. I don't get it, the cuddling shit. I'm like, yo, let's cuddle. Who the fuck is cuddling? Like, when you're a child, you cuddle with your mother. Imagine a grown-ass man and woman cuddling. Let's cuddle. I want to cuddle. Holy shit. Maybe tards cuddle. I get it. But grown-ass people, let's cuddle. First of all, it is too hot to be cuddling. That's number one. Secondly, we're not fucking 12-year-old retards. We don't need to cuddle. Give each other a high five after sex. We did it, and then keep it moving. According to the CDC, early data suggests that, here we go, gay, bisexual, and men who have sex with men, and they put it, other men who have sex with men make up a high number of cases. However, anyone who has been in close contact with someone who has Mpox is at risk. Bullshit. You're only getting this through the way of homosexuality. I'm pretty sure, listen, they've been demonetizing a lot of my videos. They demonetized my video when I spoke about Jesus and how they don't want us to talk about him anymore on live TV. They demonetized that video. So be it. So be it. And I knew they was going to get demonetized once I started talking about him. This shit is undoubtedly going to get demonetized because there is a lot of shit here and a lot of nonsense that I cannot get over. All right. What should individuals with concerns do? Stop having fucking sex. I don't know. How about this? How about that? That's a simple solution. Very, very simple solution. Now, treatments and arm tickets. The goal is treating Mpox is to reduce symptoms and prevent further complication and virus progression. Early detection is vital to treating painful rashes and manage pain. There's an arm ticket called I think it's Jynneos, Jynneos, 2-dose arm ticket for Mpox and smallpox. It is best protection against the viruses, according to the CDC. The second dose should be given 4 weeks after the first dose. The CDC recommends the individuals at high risk for Mpox get arm ticketed, especially during an outbreak. High-risk individuals include health workers. I ain't touching anybody. If the motherfucker's having a fucking cardiac arrest, guess who's not getting touched? Pass on to the light, my son. Meet Jesus at the gate. Because I'm not touching you. You got shit all over your face, you're on your own. Men who have sex with men, people who have sex with multiple partners, and sex workers. Those are the people that are high risk. Whatever, man. Whatever. So the new strain may already be spreading through Europe. It's in Sweden as we speak. If it showed up in Sweden, guys, it's going to show up in other places as well. It's undoubtedly spreading there. We are going to see our first case in the next couple of weeks. I can all but guarantee it. Though I'm surprised there wasn't an uptick during Pride Month. It was relatively low. I mean, I didn't hear anything new. But, yeah. The new, more dangerous variant of Mpox may already be spreading in Europe. Scientists have warned. They're always warning us about some shit. Oh, the solar flare could wipe out humanity. Right? Oh, that's a ladybug. I'm like, what the fuck is that crawling on my... I got a ladybug in my apartment now. I didn't even know how it got in here. Anyway. Sorry. Sounds creepy from the cars. Europe's top health agency on Friday said it was highly likely that more cases would emerge in the coming weeks as it urged those traveling to parts of Africa affected by the outbreak to consider getting arm ticketed against the virus. The mutant strain of Mpox, also known as Clade 1b, has spread rapidly in the Democratic Republic of Congo to several neighboring countries, prompting the World Health Organization to declare a global health emergency. While it is previously thought to spread mainly through close contact with infected individuals, bearing characteristics pus-filled lesions, researchers has already suggested that the virus also may be spreading asymptomatically, leading, and this is where I know where this is going already. I know exactly where this is going. They said the same thing with Mr. 19. You had to be symptomatic. Then they said, you can spread it non-symptomatic. They're saying asymptomatically, leading to concern that there could be hundreds, even thousands of cases that have yet to be undetected. Bullshit. Monkeypox, Mpox, whatever you want to call it, always has had to be symptomatic to be spread. Now all of a sudden, this thing mutated itself so that it can be caught off guard, so that it could be asymptomatic. I'm not buying that at all. Anyway, Paul Hunter, a professor at medicine of the University of East Anglia, told the Telegraph that it was likely that we've got infections already in Britain. So they already think in the UK they have infections there as well. I'm telling you right now, it's already here. It's here in the United States. We'll see it by next week, is what I'm saying. It could be here already, but we're going to start hearing reports by next week or the week after next, undoubtedly. The UK has had sporadic cases of Clade 2 monkeypox, that is the less severe monkeypox, for the past 2 years. It is a milder version of the disease, typically spread through sexual contact. Again, contact of any kind, not just sexual. Because of the way the disease is often spread, most people infected will visit an STD clinic rather than their general practitioner, and a lack of proper sequence means it's possible cases of more dangerous variant are going under the radar. Undercover. Ha ha ha. Anyway, with Clade 1b, the lesions appear within 14 days of infection. That's not good. But before that, symptoms can be as subtle as a headache, fever, sore throat. They might be walking around with it and being infectious. So now, if they're coughing, headache, fever, they don't know coughing, headache, fever, sore throats, they could be spreading it without knowing. That's very good. That's nice of them. It's nice of them to spread that around. Anyway, this variant is much deadlier, however, and it is said that the mortality rate is up to 10% and is particularly dangerous in children. So it's 10% in kids, 5% in adults. Remember those two numbers, because I could fucking guarantee you they're going to change to scare people more. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go off the air now. I'm going to head over to the Angry Truth channel. I'm going to start that up right away. But, guys, this is something to pay attention to. Not to get nervous, not to panic, because we don't panic on this channel. Just pay attention to the game that they're going to play with this disease. They're definitely going to play a game with it, and it's not going to be cool. Also, real quick, before I go, you know what? I'll talk about that on the Angry Truth channel, but I'm going to talk about this article. Nearly all Chinese banks are refusing to process payments from Russia. That is a big fucking sign, by the way. It's a big sign. But we're going to talk about that on the Angry Truth channel in about 3 minutes. All right, guys? Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. And I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. And I'll see the rest of you guys next week for the doubleheader as well. Good night, guys.